And that is the NBA on TNT deal that was just struck. Not even NBA on TNT, I should say, because it seems as if NBA on TNT, their last year will be this upcoming season, 2024-2025, meaning that this will be the end of Inside the NBA on TNT, highly regarded as one of the most iconic sports shows, if not the most iconic sports show. And it is largely in part due to the fact that the NBA has struck an 11-year, $76 billion media rights deal with a plethora of networks. One of those networks being ESPN Disney, another one of those networks being NBC, which we will see the return of NBA on NBC. And then another one of those networks is a tech giant named Amazon, and they will be doing 2 national games per week. It looks like, based on the structure of this media deal, the NBA will have a national game on every single day of the week, which is huge for the NBA. But I wanted to know kind of your take on this. 11 years, $76 billion, and the utilization of Amazon alongside other traditional media outlets like ESPN and NBC.
Well, I didn't know that part about it being, a game on every single day. I
Mm-hmm.
think that works out well because a lot of people go to these streaming services. Myself personally, where you pay $20 a month, you get to see any team, any live event, etc. So this helps out if I'm on, let's say, Amazon and I want to see the Knicks play, but they're in the Sun Market or they're on the Knicks Network or MSG. I'm sorry, MSG TV. But
Mm-hmm.
because I have Amazon or ESPN, well, Amazon. I have Amazon now, so I could watch them without going through the sites. And then,
Mm.
I pay $15 a month already for Amazon Prime. Might as well watch it. So I think
Right.
that's perfect, just because you get to watch it. No, you can't miss out on your team because it'll be
Right.
on one of those channels. Uh, again, like we talked about before with team inside the NBA, all good things come to an end. Almost 30 years of that program being on. We gonna
Mm.
miss the guys, but even Chuck said this was his last year. Uh, if they try to bring anybody over, more so, I think Ernie would more likely stay with Turner just because he's been there forever. But Shaq and Kenny might actually go to, the NBC or whatever, Amazon, inside the Amazon, whatever the case may be, or inside the NBA, but it would be on Amazon or
Mm.
one of the channels. So they probably go. Who knows? Or they might say, "Nah, forget it." But at the same time, if that happens, Jamal Crawford, he's been working a lot on TNT. Grant Hill from time to time, Draymond Green. So they'll have people that's willing to go work over there, and that's fine. Make
Mm-hmm.
some money. The older guys, they made a lot of money from doing something that they said doesn't feel like work, and that's the bottom line when it comes to life. We want to do stuff that doesn't feel like work. I'm tired of getting up, doing stuff I don't want to do, and it does feel like work. Whereas I do podcasts and other stuff, and it doesn't feel like work.
Right. I felt that. I'm excited. I'm excited. As a basketball fan, I'm super excited. I'm very excited about the NBA on NBC kind of return. It looks like they're going to bring back the original theme song. I feel like that NBA on NBC, if you watch basketball anytime in the 90s or the early 2000s, NBA on NBC was everything. As soon as you heard that intro, you knew what it meant. And I feel like the nostalgia aspect, coupled with the fact that the talent gap in the NBA is closing at such a rapid pace. You have so many good teams and that are igniting so many franchises that are, kind of on the up and up. Obviously, the Boston Celtics, an iconic franchise, reigning NBA champions. But then you also have teams like the New York Knicks, who haven't won an NBA title in 50 years, but have a very, very loud and rabid, passionate fan base who is hooked on anything Knicks. And they are able to bring kind of a level of excitement to this program that I don't think that they're going to be able to do anywhere else. So I'm excited about the NBA on NBC. On the other hand, man, I'm not even going to lie when it comes to this Amazon deal, which is nuts. Um, I saw this coming. Tech giants, streaming giants are the future of sports media. And right now they're coming alongside these media networks, but the reality is that there's going to become a day where they're going to really be the only one standing. Amazon owns 50 something percent of Bally Sports or something along those lines. They own a good amount of Bally Sports. Bally Sports is responsible for like the majority of local NBA teams, hockey teams, even some NHL teams. I mean, NFL teams, I should say. And so when you take that into consideration, they're in a position where they're owning a good amount of local media. They're going to be in a position where they're going to be able to compete on a national media standpoint. Um, and I think that this was kind of we see it around the industry though, right? We see Netflix with Raw, we see MLS with Apple, now we see the NBA along with the NFL on Amazon Prime, and they're going to continue to do these type of deals and court them, meaning they're going to provide them with the top of the line equipment, the best directors, the best ADs, the best camera operators, because they can, because they have the capital. They have billions of dollars in a reserve that they can just spend. And if they and it's going to be scary because the way that this works is that they're just going to spend for the sake of spending. Not actually, let me take that back. They're not going to spend for the sake of spending, but they're going to spend so that if anybody else tries to spend at the rate that they do, they will go out of business. They're going to force people to spend more money than what they have and allow them to go out of business. And now they're going to be the sole proprietors of that market. And I think that that's insane to think about. But I'm excited about the NBA being on NBC. Obviously, I'm really, really sad to see inside the NBA on TNT go after this season, but everything must come to an end, like you said. So I want to know how y'all feel about this. I know this isn't wrestling related, but it's something that, you know, fits into the world of sports and definitely has ramifications on the pro wrestling product as well. So you let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching the Culture 316 podcast. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you guys can stay up to date with all upcoming videos and events pertaining to Culture 316.